Y- Yo guys, I'm back with another video, another review. It's on the anime Orient. As of right now, which is 2023, is has currently two seasons, and from what I've watched, it should have season three. There's still a lot of that they need to cover if for season which makes season three a plausibility if there's enough money behind it to fund a third season. However, I shall be giving a review and I shall give it a brief synopsis around it now. Well, I'll give the official synopsis that you can find on Google. So basically, the main character, who's called Musashi, is a teenager by the time of the start of the story, and he and his childhood friend made a promise to become the strongest bushi, which are samurai fighters against the Oni overlords that came to their world to take it over. However, life gets in the way and ends up altering their dream or delaying their dream in a sense, in essence, and they altering them, and so altering their dream and meaning that their dream gets delayed, and so by the time they become teenagers, they are about to become minors. However, obviously they're not just going to become minors for the whole story, and so that's where the story kicks off from, and that's the start of the story, and that's the very basic synopsis that you get from Google. They are about to go on their journey to become the best bushi, which are samurai-esque people the world has ever seen against the demon or kishin or monster overlords that came to the world hundreds of years ago, essentially. What can I say? Let's start the review now. What can I say about anime? The anime is very similar to Demon Slayer. It's definitely got the same kind of structure, basis, and it's definitely took a lot of inspiration from Demon Slayer. So if you want to watch something fully original, no, I'm not gonna watch something fully original. It's basically Demon Slayer if it was basically the same as Demon Slayer. For example, the powers are similar. Like, oh wow, basically in this anime, each different samurai has a different power which relates to their soul, and it relates to a different color that appears on their blade, and this blade gives each and every single one a different power or different magical kind of powers, similar to Demon Slayer, which every single samurai or Demon Slayer has a different breathing style, which leads to them having the different powers, which lead to different results. Same here. They all have different colors of aura, basically different colors of aura, which lead to them having different abilities and different things that they're best at, right? And so it's basically a Demon Slayer 2.0 if it was just different. Like if you reskinned Demon Slayer, you would get Orient. That's what I'm trying to say. So it's not necessarily an original anime. It's still a good anime. We've seen since it is following the same structure, same kind of idea as Demon Slayer. It's still a good anime if you really were to take it as the anime itself. However, it's still not necessarily original. Compare if you took them side by side, you would see that Orient took Demon Slayer's homework, or it might be even be the other way around. Since I don't actually know which one came first, since I'm not sure when Demon Slayer came out. I can't remember. But again, it's not necessarily the most original thing you will ever see. I can't sit and say that to you. What else? It's a good anime because it follows the same kind of aspect of a teenager who's had his world turned upside down, and then has now got his refound his goal to go on an adventure, become the strongest with a bunch of pals, right? Because it follows the same structure and same basis of Demon Slayer. It's easy. It's just basically watching Demon Slayer. So everything you like about Demon Slayer, you should like about Orient. And maybe yes, the only downsides about it compared to Demon Slayer is that it obviously doesn't have the same amount of funding, so it has doesn't have as good animation quality, and the plot is not necessarily as good as Demon Slayer, of course, since of course, at least in my opinion, right, it's not necessarily as good as Demon Slayer, but it's there. It's something there, you know. It is fun. It is interesting. It is action packed. There are meaningful parts to it. There is meaningful contextual parts that you can get close to. However, I cannot sit here and say that it's some masterpiece because it's just Demon Slayer. It's just like I'm trying to think of something that makes it to differentiate it, but it is just Demon Slayer but reskin. So if you don't want to watch something that is not original necessarily, or don't want to watch something that you've not seen before, don't watch it. Don't I would say don't watch it if you don't really care to watch something that's unoriginal, because it is just Demon Slayer but with differences. Like obviously it can't be the same, obviously. So there are differences, but it's much more like technicalities. Realistically, at the end of the day, they are essentially the same. They're basically it's a basically if you think about it like this, it's like a game, right? You can have two games that are exactly the same, right? But because of legal technicalities that there are different, there's enough differences to say that these are different. Legally they're not going to be able to get sued necessarily, but everyone can see it's just a blatant ass copy. It's like Mobile Legends to League of Legends. Mobile Legends to League of Legends. Everyone knows that Mobile Legends is just a copy of League of Legends but for the mobile, right? However, there's enough differences between them that the court hasn't fully told them to stop using the characters. They only for Mobile Legends they only got a real like a bit of a cut of money, like a bit of a fine kind of thing, but nothing too like okay, cool. Like we're not actually gonna punish you. Let's be real, right? The Mobile Legends is still thriving despite the whole League of Legends thing. It's still thriving, right? If we even, and so yeah, it's essentially the same thing here. Demon Slayer and Orient are one and the same if you really want to see it like that kind of thing. So yeah, if I had to give it a rating, because of its unoriginality, I shall be giving it a five, which is or a five, which is lower than average or lower. It's a five closer to it's a 5/4.5. I cannot say it's a four because it's not that bad. It's not bad. It's just not original. So I can't say it's six because it's just not. Because yes, if it was original, however, had a similar plot line, for example, if it still had the same things, but it just had for example, if it had the same plot line, same kind of story, however, more differences in terms of how the characters work and all that stuff, then I'll always say it's a six. It's a six. But however, because it's so obvious that it's a copy of Demon Slayer, I have to give it a 5/4.5 rating. So overall, it's a 5/4.5. I don't know why I kept on going on about it being a copy of Demon Slayer for so long, but it's just all I had in my head really to tell you guys because I can't tell you anything more about it really. It's just Demon Slayer but 2.0. It's not necessarily something that not something very eye catching or wow, something new. So yeah. Anyway, thank you for watching. This is another. Thank you for watching. That's been the video, and I would hope you to like and subscribe and just make this channel grow. I guess I don't really know, don't really care. I just want my opinions to be spread, and hopefully it helps people. That's what I want. Anyway, peace.